This is about lot number 156 of our upcoming auction, Fine Japanese Art. And the interesting thing about this one is that it's one of the rare ancient pieces from Japanese wood with a confirmed dating to the Heian period, C14 tested, which is from 794 to 1185. This is late 8th to 9th, maybe early 10th century, according to the C14 dating. This means that this piece here is over 1,000 years old. And that is a fact, not a speculation. Because there's very few pieces in art history where you can, for a fact, prove that they have that kind of age. Yeah,
particularly of this size.
Yeah, I mean, this is huge. Yeah, we have it here on the trolley, so we can move him around a little bit. But this is like 10 centimeters, so the actual size is 168 centimeters with its base. Yeah, so it's essentially a life-size picture of a heavenly general. What's the story there?
The heavenly general, which is also known as the Juni Shinsho, are basically protected deities, and they have much become popularized because they exist in sets, and some sets are known in the National Museum in Nara, for example.
Then the ones in Nara that I remember, when I was there, but that's some time ago, in Nara, they built cabinets for them, which I think is about 10 feet tall or 12 feet tall, so left and right of the entrance.
Yeah.
And it's huge. Yeah. And so those are all these heavenly generals.
Yeah, and these are the ones we're thinking about are really Kamakura period. And they're even bigger, and they have these glass eyes. This one is earlier than those. And Heian period, and
so Kamakura is around 12th to 13th century.
Exactly.
So they're like 700-800 years old. This is over 1,000 years old. So it's much rarer.
It's the predecessor, so to speak, to this iconography. And what's particularly striking about this one is a lot of the details are obviously weathered away.
Yeah,
it has this.
You have here this armor.
Yeah.
And the mask.
With the beast mask, the demon mask here, the Oni, and the face as well.
Well, the face is very well preserved. You see every detail of the face is here. I mean, you have a lot of insect activity. Of course, this is finished now. But I mean, I think this is a fundamental question. I keep hearing people saying, the condition is very important. I honestly couldn't think of anything that is lesser important than the condition. Because if you're looking for good condition on a piece that's supposedly 1,000 years old, there's two possibilities. Either the piece is not 1,000 years old, or it's just heavily restored. But you will never, ever, believe me, in your life find a piece of wood statue that is 1,000 years old that comes in remotely better condition than this one. This is pretty much as good as it gets if it is confirmed, authentic, and original, which is the case here, because you cannot fool C14. This is 100% accuracy. When we turn it around, it's also interesting because it has a museum fitting, so you can see here, it's been here set. This is massive steel construction, which holds it on this space, and it's screwed here, 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 and here. So, which means it's very stable. Yeah. There is, of course, some conservation work which was done to the wood. So this is stable. It's not falling apart. There's nothing coming off here or anything. And this is, of course, very cool because actually, as fragile as it may look, it's actually still a very powerful piece despite its high age. And the character here in the face is something I really like. You can also see, is this actually hinoki wood with this?
Cypress, Japanese cypress.
Yeah. Does Japanese cypress exist anywhere else outside Japan? I mean, with this
no, I think
typical grain here.
It's extremely characteristic.
Yeah,
one of the most characteristic woods of Japan.
Because the grain of the hinoki, is what puts this face to life.
Yeah.
You have here all these lines here from the cypress grain. I couldn't even imagine the eyes actually without the grain. Yeah. So this adds another layer completely of refinement to a statue. And the same is also, of course, with Damascus, exactly the same thing. That's what the Japanese carvers 1,000 years ago were so good at, is to add the power of the wood and its grain and the character it provides into the whole sculpture. And that's the case here. And that's actually also the case when we look at this auction comparison we have. There's another one here that also had a C14 test. It was also Heian, but later, 12th century, later than this one. And it sold for about 130,000 euros. It's very similar. It's also similar size. It has lost most of its, this one has lost all its feet. This one still has most of its feet. Both has lost all their arms. Both have a strong and powerful face. This one has a little bit more folds to its garment, but it lacks the beautiful mask here that this one has. And then we have auction comparisons, museum comparisons. And there is a very similar here on the right, which is a statue of Tenbu in the Katakami shrine. And then another example in the Metropolitan Museum, we talked about this one earlier, but that's much smaller, that has only 86 centimeters. Yeah. So those all together, built this corpus of extremely early figures from Japan. And when you look at what is available in Europe as early figures from the 10th century, I recommend you don't even try to search for them because you will not be successful because there's very, very few pieces preserved from that time.
Yeah.
How did we price this piece?
I mean, it's very reasonable once again. We're starting here at 15,000, which is no reserve. So 15,000 is good here and 30,000 is the high estimate.
No reserve.
Yeah.
15,000 euros is the starting price. It's an exceptional deal and an exceptional opportunity. Hope you can win it. Good luck in bidding.